Hi, this is Alice, she, they, and I'm introducing you to the second DLC of Vampire Survivors, which is a title of Foscari. I couldn't really pronounce it. And I'm here with Lewis, who's also in this show. So, how you like this gameplay in the moment?
It is, whoa, Lemonette, why have you done that? Would you just jump to like 10 minutes into the gameplay? Like, what's going on? Oh, you got all the items. Wow. Okay. Wow. So, Vampire Survivors, if you don't know what this game is, it is kind of like a reverse bullet hell game. Like, you're the bullet and you're trying to kill everything. That's what the developers called it. This is the second DLC where we got loads of new characters and new stuff. Is literally about £2 on Game Pass.
The DLC?
For the DLC.
Yeah, because the game is like £4, so... But it's all inexpensive, and it was good enough for me to buy all the DLC and the game itself, so... And it's so addictive that I just literally played the hell out of it and got a lot of the experience, so I ended up giving this character, like, golden eggs. And then DLC comes out, and I'm so powerful that I even walked over. I walked over some water because one of the weirdest things at the moment with the DLCs, they're like, "Oh, what's this magical thing?" And then I just realised it's actually water. It just looks overly realistic compared to this pixelated gameplay, and I think that's where it just gets a little bit disorienting. So right here, I just managed to breeze through the entire map because I've managed to find the coffin, and that's how you get the first character from the second DLC, which is
I got him as well.
Yeah, it's just like a nuisance, really.
I played this till 4 o'clock this morning when I was like, I could work. I was like, it's getting up early for work, and I was like, I didn't realise it was 4 o'clock in the morning when I finished playing. I'm like, oh. Oops. There goes my night. This won our award last year, and the XMB Awards, the Xbox Box Awards. It won the award for the game that we play the most till 3 o'clock in the morning, and it's factually still true. And also won our underrated game of the year. Also won your game of the year, and it was my second game, I think, place game of the year behind Elden Ring. Fantastic game. If you've not played Vampire Survivors, it's not usually this chaotic. Like, Alex has kind of just jumped in the deep end here with all the power-ups. But it gets really chaotic towards the end, and it's so much fun when you get into it. It's just really addictive, and, like, I love it. And I'm worried I'm going to go through this DLC so quickly. Like, because I literally unlocked, like, 4 or 5 achievements already, and I only played it for a couple of hours last night.
Well, I've really managed to get a couple of achievements because I just gave her some, like, golden eggs. Managed to got through the achievements because she uses a weapon that's like a spell thing. It's known as spell stream, and then eventually when you reach like certain levels, like 10 levels or 20 levels, you get like extra spells, and if you get all the spells upgraded, you'll then get a super powerful spell which gives you another achievement. But yeah, you definitely get 15 minutes to do with each character. But from what I discovered is that there are seals on the map. You have to go find and explore, and you have to use certain characters to unlock them so you can get some like extra secrets. And I think there's another level which is known as Abyss, and I think this is really interesting. But anyway, the core thing of the DLC is not that you get more characters, and I think it's like really unique because you get awards when you level up as a settler. And I think it's just really nice. Also, this map is just like you explore it like Legend of Zelda or the RPGs, where you have villages, you have bridges to cross, and there's like walls that you just cannot pass through. And I think it's just like more like it like unlike the open maps that you have in the first game, you do have like tunnels, paths, and there's even like secret passageway which I did pull the IGN and didn't notice it at first, but there's definitely secret passages you can go through where you can, go through and you're entered into this maze which is bordered by trees, and you can get some like extra goodies. That is unless you use Mount Groove, which kind of eliminates the competition, but you still have to explore the map in order to get some seals to break, and you also need to find the coffin to unlock the first character, which is this one over there. So yeah, it's just like this is basically gameplay of me like playing. That I poured so many hours into it that I ended up beating it entirely.
Hilarious! I love how broken you made the characters already. Like I unlocked all the stuff on here as well. Basically, last night I was on there. I literally had a game going like 200 minutes. Like I didn't die. I just couldn't die. I was like invincible. So in the end, I ended up quitting out, and I got the achievements after I quit out. Yeah, you can get to the point where you are too broken and too OP, and I think this is what we're kind of watching now. You got all the spells and all that. And I use Mad Groove. What Mad Groove does, it attracts all items and gems and stuff, and everything from the map. It attracts it to you every 2 minutes. So literally every 2 minutes, you'll have every item like on the map. It's good for if you want to stack items and if you want to have more than the allotted slots, because you only allotted 12 items, I believe. So six normal items, 6 mutators. I think that's the right term. But if you fill those slots up and then you add the stuff from Mad Groove, you can have more items than the default, which is awesome. It kind of almost breaks the game, which is great. Yeah. So as you were saying earlier, the newest character has this new spell ability. It has 3 different spells, and then you can add them all together, and it becomes more powerful.
And also, it's like the map has also got lots of magic too, as you can see, which you're just dealing with some monkeys, and they pop into a ball of dust. So I think it just goes from the more magical aspect and more magical fantasy instead of, well, it's more fantasy than like the grossness of vampires, because when I try to recommend this to my niece or nephew to play Vampire Survivors, my sister thought it's a bit too much for kids because it's got vampires in it. But then my sister does not like Star Wars, so that's for a start.
Well, that's a bit strange. I think this is quite kid friendly. It's very pixelated. It's like very Castlevania-esque. I mean, that's a lot of the inspiration. There's not actually any vampires in Vampire Survivors, which is hilarious. I'm really enjoying the DLC. I think it's great. I was going to mention as well, like one of the bosses in the DLC seems to be like a ghost stag, a ghost stag thing, which is interesting.
I think that's an avatar of Granny of some sort. That it just appears when you hit 29 minutes. And I was able to defeat it. Took a lot of damage, but managed to beat it. So now I just got like an extra character for my troubles. I mean, that was like very difficult.
I enjoyed it. It's the DLC. I think is fantastic. If you've not played Vampire Survivors before, I recommend playing the base game, unlocking all the characters, unlocking all the stuff. Literally, like £4, or it's even on Game Pass, and it's like hours and hours and hours of fun. It is ridiculously addictive. If you're watching the gameplay, like this doesn't look that great. It's like honestly, play it. You will love it. It's
you notice on the screen that it's got like a bunch of Guardians there.
Yes, the Guardians are a pain in the ass. I can't stand them. Like,
even if you've got like 8 on the screen at the moment. But play the main game, be like me, be trans, and get loads of golden eggs, and you can beat this game. Be cool.
Yeah, sure. Caught me off guard again a bit with that. Yeah, just enjoy life, enjoy gaming. Vampire Survivors is amazing. It may look simple, but it's like deceptively challenging, and you should definitely try it out. If you haven't played it before, try it out. If you've played it before, try out the new DLC. The new DLC is really fun. You've got some nice, cool new characters and stuff, new map, and like new items and stuff like that to unlock. It's really worth playing. I'm going to go back and play the DLC in a minute. And,
I would recommend buying the DLC if you enjoy Vampire Survivors. And I think, to be honest, the map is really interesting. I think it's just like the fun thing about it is that you've got some like things that you really need to explore the map, and you'll also like go into mazes, which is a bit awkward. But when you like completed the game, it's just like, oh, you just blitz through it. but it's definitely got some secrets, and you've got some, like, I believe about at least a couple of levels there. So I think, to me, it's just what really makes it interesting, and I really enjoy that. There's even some, like, characters that's even based on the King Arthur legend, the medieval stuff, and you always got that mage, the warrior, and the rogue archetype, or, well, the trope, really. But yeah, it's just it's a bit of a contrast compared to the first DLC, which is, like, based on, like, the Japanese folklore, and that's really interesting. So, but yeah, I think that's all that can be said about it. Plus, the update is where you get this extra digit to the amount of money you earn, and also you get this extra where if you banish a lot of the items in it, you get achievement, and you get another seal thing where you can, like, block even more items. So, but I think this is definitely like, oh, Vampire Survivors, once it's gone through the DLC, the second DLC kind of, like, revives it, like, give them the extra life. So I think this is, like, definitely worth it, and I really did enjoy playing it, so I have to say.
I mean, it's on Game Pass. Give it a try if you've got Game Pass, which you should. If you're an Xbox subscriber,
I have to interrupt you because the DLC is not part of Game Pass. You still have to pay for it.
No, I was going to say the base game is part of Game Pass. Sorry, I misspoke. Yeah, the base game is part of Game Pass. If you've never played Vampire Survivors, check it out. It's really worth trying. And then if you enjoy it even a little bit, the game is so cheap. It's like the base game is about £4, and the DLC is about £2 each.
You can also get it on Steam, you can get it on mobile devices, and that's where you also get the DLC. But I don't know if it comes out of the Switch, but you definitely not get it on the PlayStation. And I think this already got
Xbox
some interesting with lots of Xbox games coming up, and that even includes Stuffed, which I know the company behind it, and just, like, already got it on Steam. But yeah, bring more games to Xbox. Anyway, gotta wrap this up, and it's a really fun video to do. Really enjoy talking over it. And if you're interested for more videos, be sure to like and subscribe, and click on the bell for more updates. So until then, take care.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye. Vampire Survivors. Thank you for listening to the X Marks the Box podcast. Follow us at X Marks Box on Twitter or X Marks the Box on YouTube. And follow us on all audio podcast services. Thanks for listening.